Chicago's very own WGN News.
Congress is facing a deadline tomorrow to pass a new budget. If it doesn't pass, the president's threatening mass firings as a result, not just unpaid leave. And what steps should anyone be taking if their job is at risk? Well, Tom Gimbel's here to talk about it. It's horrible to have to prepare to be fired, isn't it?
This isn't the Bears segment? This isn't, what are we, we're not talking about the win on Sunday?
No, although we have orange and
I'm
blue
right, I mean,
on
this
to
is what
match.
we're doing. This isn't it. Listen, it really is similar to football, though, because you got to be prepared. If you're going to be cut, what do you need to do to make it for the next job?
But isn't that like paranoia, always being ready to be fired?
I think you're right. I really do. But we're in a situation right now, and unfortunately, they're not going to release job numbers on Friday, so we're not going to know. But there's this overwhelming sense of, am I next? And if you work for the government or you're in the private sector, you should be ready. And that's the downside of it. Doesn't mean that you should be excited about it. Doesn't mean you should be ready to jump ship.
Yeah.
But if you're, and you should, how about this? You should know where you are in line.
Yeah.
Right? You should know if your reviews have been great, what your relationship is to management. If you're in the dark, that's probably on you.
But what if, you know, for instance, the shutdown.
Yeah.
You're great at your job. It's just that the feds are going to shut the government down.
That happens.
So that has nothing to do with whether you're good or bad at your job.
I agree with that. Okay. However, I would say this seems to happen no matter what the administration, about every couple of years.
Yeah.
So this is what you signed up for. It's like being an accountant and complaining about the work hours between January and April. You know, this is what you do when you work for the government. There's huge benefits to working for the government, and there's also sometimes the uncertainty of a shutdown.
Okay, so what should you be doing right now?
I think number one, you should know the facts and figures about what you do in your job. You shouldn't have to recreate that. So if you do get called in for an interview or you have to validate what's on your resume, you know like the back of your hand what you've accomplished in your job. It's really important.
And this, of course, is moving forward. You know, you're probably going to be fired. You're not going to be there. So this is what I need to start doing to find a new job.
If you're worried about losing your job, you can't fail knowing you.
Yeah.
You need to know what you did. And I can't tell you how many people, Mike, over the years I've interviewed that didn't know what they accomplished to the dollar, to the penny, right, of what they've done, or in actual projects. How long did it take you? How many people were on the team?
But why don't they know this?
Maybe A, they weren't in charge of it.
Okay.
B, maybe they didn't like the job that much.
Okay.
They weren't that engaged. There's a lot of reasons, and a lot of times, maybe their best accomplishments happened a couple years ago and they've forgotten. But you need to get that data, and you need to be ready to talk about it.
So now's the time to start doing that.
Absolutely.
And start figuring out, do you want to stay in that type of a job or another job? Or just do you want to, about face, totally.
You might get a do-over, right? This is like little kids playing ball in the yard and it hits the tree. You get a do-over. And it might not be for the money you want, but this may be an economy where the money's going to have to take you a step backwards no matter what anyways. So if this is your chance, think about, do you really like what you were doing, either the industry or the job? Because you may get a shot to do something different.
Psychologically, should you look at this as a positive rather than a negative?
Listen, half glass, half full or half empty. You can't really change people. I mean, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
I'm an optimist, and I always believe that there's something behind the next door. But
there's a reason for everything.
I think so, and you should look at it and say, it's like breaking up with somebody. You're really nervous about it. You're not sure. You're this, that, or the other thing. You're going to meet somebody who's awesome.
Right.
And then you have that, and so you have to really. It's mind shift, and you got to be ready up here.
And it's not the end of the world if you're losing your job. There's more out there, especially if you're young.
There's only one thing that's the end of the world.
The end of the world.
The end of the world.
All right. Tom.
I try to give you words of bear down, Chicago Bear. Ray?
Help us, please.
Block that field goal.
That's all we got? Nobody? Nobody?
No, nobody. Maybe Jared. He's in the sport.